Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday for me. It is 11 a.m. in the morning for me, so I'm sure it's evening or nighttime for a lot of you. So welcome to my live stream. Now, what is my live stream about? It's about CASH. It's about cash. It's about helping you understand money flow so that you can actually have generational prosperity and you can build generational wealth because you have a better understanding on how to hold on to your money by looking at history, by analyzing current events, by looking at economic and business cycles. So if you understand some key pillars in regards to prosperity and money flow, my goal is that I can help alleviate poverty in this world and help everyone who wants to be helped get on the path to their own personal independence, financial independence, without being reliant on any country or any other person. So please welcome to my live stream. My name is Tara. I am a digital nomad. I am currently in Vietnam right now. I love history. I love economics. I love current events, and I love putting everything together from my unique out of the box point of view and helping you connect the dots. Now, my live stream is not entertainment. I have to burst your bubble. My live stream is not entertainment. This is highly informational. This is highly educational because I'm going to challenge you how you think, how you see, and your decision-making skills so that you can actually fare much better as far as money flow, and finance. Okay. Yes, you got here right on time. Welcome. Now, please keep your preferences out of my live stream. My live stream is focused only on money. All right. Money. Please keep your racial, your religious, your political, your gender, and your feelings out of my live stream. You will be respectful in regards to the countries and the entities that we're talking about. You will be respectful. Now, I may be a little disrespectful, but you will be respectful. There will be no side conversations happening in my live stream. If you get caught having your own type of conversation that's not on topic, you run the risk of being muted and or blocked. Next, if this is your first time to my live stream, I run a tight ship. What does that mean? If you don't know me, you need to get to know me. And how do you get to know me? You vibe with me, you tap the screen, you focus and pay attention. If you do know me, you know how this game is played. We are focused on money flow. Now, I have a moderator. My moderator is on her business, okay? My moderator plans my talking points. So if you have any questions, I want you to know, if you get muted, it's because you're trading a thin line. If you get blocked, you messed up, okay? My moderator plans my talking points. That means my moderator has a vested interest in the success of this platform. Last but not least, this is not about you. So anyone who makes self-serving comments, self-interest comments, you will get blocked because this platform is to help inform, educate people, and help people to empower themselves financially so that we all fare better. If we understand each other, let's tap the screen and get started. Now, I have 3 segments to my live stream. The first part of my live stream, I talk a little bit about the stock market. The next part of my live stream, I actually will talk to you about money flow, educating you on the flow of money. And the last part of my live stream, I actually will tell you how to work less and earn more. Okay, 3 parts. I talk about the stock market. I talk about money flow. And then I talk to you about how you can work less and earn more money in a current economic boom. So those of you, this is what I go through. All right, now let's get started. Wall Street. Wall Street's been steady. It's had steady gains. Okay, they have other platforms they can join. All right, welcome everyone. Wall Street has had steady gains this last week, but it's still shaky. Okay, basically Wall Street's waiting on comments from the White House to turn into action. So let me tell you what's happened this week. On Monday, the stock went up because Trump made a comment. Tuesday, the stock market went down because Trump was attempting to fire the Fed Reserve Chair. On Wednesday, Trump finds out he can't fire the Fed Reserve Chair. So guess what? The stock market goes up mostly instead of down, even though China's tariffs are still existing. On Thursday, the White House announces America first, not America alone. Okay, so the stock market rallied there. And on Friday, Alphabet Alphabet did a stock buyback from Google. Now, why am I highlighting all of this for you? Well, first, if you don't know, you got to tap the screen. This is our exchange, guys. I talk, you tap, I ask questions, you answer. That is how we engage here. So feel free to get your activity, your exercise for today, and tap that screen and vibe with me. Why am I highlighting? Why am I highlighting what has happened with the stock market? I want to illustrate to you that the stock market is based on more emotion and hope than you would like. I'm going to repeat that. The stock market that you love and you hold to the highest regard, you would think that it would be mostly based on some core hard facts, trend lines, support resistance lines, figures, net profit, research and development, investment. No. The stock market is like a reality TV show nowadays. They wait for a comment from the administration. They move accordingly to the administration's moods. Now, I know I'm being a little funny. I'm being a little cheeky, but I'm doing this for a reason because I want you to understand money flow. If you really want real money flow, you have to step outside of your emotions and you have to get really objective. You understand? Money flow, true money flow, does not necessarily care about your feelings. Money flow will go in the path of least resistance. Money shifts just like the ocean's tides. You have certain regions of the earth that are desert and certain regions of the earth that are rainforest. And then they flip-flop. So that happens with money also. The person that holds the money today may not be the person that holds the money tomorrow. So if you can have an objective point of view and you can really understand the art of money, the dance of money, and what is happening on Wall Street, you will fare a lot better. Because when you look at the emotions of our administration, Trump is happy, stock market goes up. Trump is stanky, stock market goes down. Trump is on Federal Reserve Chair's ass, stock market goes down. Trump is fighting with China. If you look at what is happening, it is a version of a stock market reality TV show. This is not the way you're going to hold on to your money. Now, some of you may get lucky by playing these emotional games that's happening on the stock market. But if you understand the principle, the basics of why the stock market exists, you would actually start doing your research. You will find out which companies are actually doing research and development. They are investing in research and development, and they are on cutting edge technology. Some of you have been making money off of the emotional whims of a few key institutional investors, analysts, and the administration, and you've been riding the stock market on some fundamentals that is very risky. Now, you guys have went silent on me, and I know, and you know, we are building brain cells here. We're building new brain neurons, which means you got to tap that screen. You can focus on me, think about what I'm saying, not like what I'm saying, and still tap that screen because I'm just getting started, okay? Major indexes are fluctuating on Trump's latest words, despite all economic evidence, okay? Despite all economic evidence pointing towards the market going down, it is steadily rising. If economic indicators, business indicators, global indicators are telling you that the stock market should be going down, and the stock market is still tap dancing its way to the moon, I'm telling you, bold-faced, serious. You are playing with a money game that is going to be the equivalent of a financial, economic avalanche disaster. Now, when this bubble is going to be popped, I don't know. But if you don't think a bubble can touch you, and you think because you fared well and you've made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars off of this emotional base type of stock market reactions, I'm telling you, you keep playing with fire, you're going to get burned. Because when the stock market is not based off of real hardcore data, you are playing with fire And I will not have any sympathy for you because you've had death cross signals. You've had so many different things happening in front of your face, and you refuse to see the facts in front of you because everybody else is at the party. They're at the bubble party. They're at the economic bubble party. So you feel you should be at the economic bubble party. And when you join the economic bubble party, you're also going to join the economic crybaby party. When all of them are crying because they've lost their shirts, their shorts, and their shoes, and they're trying to figure out, why did I do it? Why didn't I stop? Why didn't I pull out? How did this happen to me? I knew better. I didn't focus. That's what you're going to do. And if that's the financial story that you want to be a part of, be present. Be a present mind, body, and spirit. That is the road that you're choosing to walk down, okay? That's what I want you to understand about this. Now, I'm just getting started. This was just for the algorithm, okay? I talk about the stock market in the beginning, just about for the algorithm. Now I'm getting ready to hit hard, really hard, all right? Now, Syria. You guys should be familiar with Syria. Syria is a country. Now, typically when you think about Syria, you think of it being war-torn. You think of a lot of devastation. You think of activity that's unsavory. Yeah, I'm talking about Syria, all right? I got some information for y'all. I'm talking about Syria. So I need you to strap on your seatbelt, put on your helmet, and I need you to roll with me. In modern day, when you think of Syria, you just think of chaos, catastrophe. You think of violence. You think of devastation. You think of poverty. You just think of really bad things. But I'm here to educate you about Syria's past, and I'm also here to educate you about what's going on with Syria right now, because this is about money flow. And just because an economy or a country has seen poverty and devastation for a number of generations, you must understand that there are certain ancient countries that have a history of wealth, power, education, that would blow your mind. And Syria is one of them. Now, let me tell you what's happened recently. Saudi Arabia, yes, Saudi Arabia and Qatar had settled Syria's outstanding debt of $15 million to the World Bank. I'm going to repeat. Syria had an outstanding debt to the World Bank. Pretty much today, within the last 24 hours, Saudi Arabia and Qatar has come up like a hero, two heroes, and they have settled the debt of Syria of 15 million. Now, if you know me, I say, this is interesting. As long as Syria has had this World Bank debt, no one has stepped up to pay. So my question for all of you is this. Why do you think that Qatar and Saudi Arabia, yes, I'm talking to you, Saudi Arabia, I'm talking to you, Qatar. Why do you think all of a sudden these two great nations have showed up to pay an outstanding debt to the World Bank on Syria's behalf? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Please share your thoughts. I told you, I'm coming hard. Come on now. I asked a question. Very interesting. Ally. Okay. Got you, Queen. Who else? Come on. Why would two separate sovereign nations all of a sudden appear like the tooth fairy with $15 million to pay the outstanding debt of Syria? Why now? I know. Okay, Denzel, give it to me, baby. Denzel, tell me why? Why do you think Syria, they have interest? Okay, these countries are trying what? Put the West out? No. Jada, thank you, but no. Okay, not everything is about the West, guys. I want y'all to know this. Not everything. They want to make an alliance. Yes, they want to make an alliance. Okay, we're moving in the right direction. Why? Why? Come on now, I'm going to push you. Nobody comes up. These countries are turning on each other. No. Those are the typical narratives, guys. When I say I'm here to challenge you, I'm really here to challenge you. Let's step away from the typical narratives that we hear. They're turning on the West. That's old news. Okay, this is about money. Maybe because the new power of the war in Syria, if they want to secure you. Maybe because we're moving. Come on now. Come on. Yes. To grow their, hold on. Yes, we're moving. Thank you. All right, guys, let me tell you what's happening. If you guys don't know this, just because Syria has had a level of instability for a number of generations, don't get confused. Why do you think I talk about history and current events? Because when you don't understand history, you don't know history of a country, you actually think that this country is not as valuable. That region of the world is that region of the world for a reason. It has resources and access. But let me tell you what I think. Do you want to know what I think? Tap that screen if you want to know what I think. Do you want to know with me, Big Mouth Tara? You want to know what Big Mouth Tara thinks about why Qatar and Saudi Arabia has decided to pay the $15 million on behalf of Syria? All right, I'm going to tell you. All right. A few days ago, I had a live stream. And during that live stream, I told you that Saudi Arabia has chosen to invest money into EVs. Okay. I said Saudi Arabia was investing money in EVs in China. And what I said was, Saudi Arabia, you are investing money in EVs. I said, but Saudi Arabia, EVs is an old economic boom. What I said was Saudi Arabia, where the money is renewable energy for AI. That is what I said. I said, Saudi Arabia, instead of putting your money into EVs is old news. I said, if it was me, I would invest my money in renewable energy to support AI. Now, let me bridge the gap. I believe, okay, this is my intellect, okay, this is my opinion. I believe that Qatar and Saudi Arabia has paid off the debt of Syria, because once Syria is stable, that region of the world can generate enough renewable energy to make AI profitable beyond your imagination. If you understand what I said, tap that screen. Tap, 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 tap. You see, the problem with AI is that it consumes a lot of energy, which makes its profit margins very small, if not bleak. I also told you a few days ago that Asia, Southeast Asia, is working on renewable energy and setting up data center hubs for AI. So it is my understanding that Saudi Arabia might have heard me and decided to make a move. Now, Syria, because of its geographical location, is a powerhouse for renewable energy. What are y'all thinking about that? Do you see what I see? Can you see what I see? Now, why is this a big deal? This is a big deal because AI is going to add $15 trillion plus to the global economy. I'm going to repeat. AI is going to add 15 trillion plus to the global economy. I also have said that when you have countries fighting, like China and the US, you have fighting, they create a vacuum. They create an opening for another region, another country to move ahead. Let me give you an example. Does anyone know the story about Alexander the Great? Do you know how Alexander the Great was able to conquer a certain region of the world? Where are my history people? Why was Alexander the Great able to conquer a certain region of the world? Come on now, you got to think. I told you my live stream is about thinking. Okay, tell me why he was able to swoop in and conquer a certain region of the world. Tell me why. Come on now, people. If you don't know, that's okay. But if anyone knows why Alexander the Great had success in that region, when two countries were fighting, while two countries were fighting, Alexander the Great was able to swoop in. Yes or no? Yes or no? And because they were fighting with each other, They were not paying attention. Tap that screen. When you got two countries beefing, they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention to their borders. They're not paying attention to how they generate income. Thank you, Dorothy. They're not paying attention. So right now, you have two superpowers. You have a few superpowers battling. What are those superpowers that are battling right now economically? Come on now. I told you I'm going to push you. What superpowers, what countries right now are battling economically and financially? Start giving me names. Start giving me the names of these countries. Come on now. Let's go. China and America? Yep. Who else is fighting? Okay. Persia and Babylon, they were beefing, but China and the U.S., okay? Who else is the U.S. fighting with? Who else is the U.S. fighting with? The U.S. is fighting with a few people. Who else is the U.S. fighting? U.S., China, Mexico, yep. EU, yep. Canada, yes. Okay? This is why I'm talking to you about this. When you have nations that are profitable, that are rich, that are fighting because they're sitting on their laurels, they're not paying attention, they're comfortable. Let me tell you what happens. I told you it's the region of the world that's quiet that you should be paying attention to. It's the industries that are quiet that you should be paying attention to because they have the most money. I want to give you all a chance to catch up with me. Tap that screen. Tap that screen. All right. I want to give you a chance to keep up with me because I can tell I'm rocking and shocking. Tap that screen. All right. Show me how much you appreciate me because I appreciate y'all. Please tap that screen. What am I telling you? I am telling you. What I'm telling you is that these first world nations are busy battling, power battling. They've lost track of the money. They have lost focus of the money flow. They've lost the whole fundamentals of why global trade and free trade is important. Now, AI, digital technologies were what we were relying on to pull us through this economic recession. Okay, I want you to understand this. The United States and other countries were relying on digital technologies to pull our nation through and out of an economic recession. Because we're so caught up in tariffs and flexing and egos and what currency domination, you have all kinds of hot, drippy shit happening. Currency domination, world trade domination. The West has lost the plot. Now you have a country like Saudi Arabia, okay, and Qatar, who's pretty much silent, who's pretty much neutral. They are setting up shop to snatch this AI cash bag. Cash bag. Those who can produce the energy cheap, will be the country, the region that dominates. I am emphasizing this because Syria has not been able to pay back that $15 million loan. Syria has not been able to come up with the money to pay this $15 million loan. And what happens? Does anyone know what happens when you do not pay back the World Bank? This is another question for all of you. What happens when a country is not able to pay back their loan from the World Bank? Come on now. Come on. What do you think happens when a country is not able to pay back its loan to the World Bank? Shit goes down. That's one way to put it. What else? What else happens? What does it mean when a country cannot pay back a loan? Charge interest? Yes. Let me go what we want. Yes. Nothing happens. Oh, Timothy, something always, they take your money. What else? Listen, guys, when you don't pay back the World Bank, no other investor, no other bank will touch you. You must understand the magnitude of what I'm saying. This is not an individual that's put on, this is not an individual filing for bankruptcy. This is a country that's essentially financially cut off from the rest of the world. I want you to sit with that. When you can't pay back the World Bank, no money will touch you. Now, because Syria hasn't been able to pay back the World Bank, that opened up an opportunity. You see, when you cannot get cash flow one way, it opens up an opportunity for an alternative type of an investment. So when Syria could not pay back its loan to the World Bank, it left itself open to predators. Are you understanding what I'm saying? If you're understanding what I'm saying, feel free to comment in a politically correct way and tap that screen. Syria could not pay back the World Bank, which means other banks and investors would not touch Syria. But there were another type of investors who were touching Syria that derailed this country from getting on its feet and pushed it further down the path of being untouchable. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? This is how when a country cannot get access to funds, okay, it opens them up to another type of market, another type of activity. And then when a country starts to develop a reputation, it makes it even harder for it to secure the money flow that it needs for stability and reconstruction. Are you with me? Tap that screen if you're with me. Okay? You think that on an individual level, only your life gets impacted from certain things. But I'm showing you what happens even on a scale of a nation, that when they can't get access to cash, investment, reconstruction, it actually slides that country back further into poverty. So when you think of Syria, you think of the devastation. But now I want you to think of this great country in a different way. Because if you know history, Syria, that region of the world, was rich and powerful. And if you've never watched me before, I tell people there is a very simplistic recipe for success. When an individual does what they're good at, and even a country or business does what they're good at, prosperity and money flow just comes. So if you go back to history, instead of paying attention to what is right now, there's actually a formula that brought Syria, that region of the world, great riches and power. And when you lose sight of what brings you wealth and prosperity, you actually get derailed and you end up on the broke money side. So what am I saying? I'm telling Syria that your recipe for prosperity, success, and stability, those answers lie in your past. If you go back to your past and you see what you did well, and you transfer that knowledge and those strategies and those processes to modern day, you can actually put yourself back on the map at a speed, at a productivity, and a prosperity level that you would never imagine. And with technologies like AI, I see ka-ching, I see opportunity. What do you guys see? One person's devastation, one person's rubbish is another person's gold mine. So before you go off writing off countries because of modern day activities, I'd like to go back in time for you to see that if a country can reboot itself, restart itself, and get back to what brings it success, you can actually do the same for yourself. You just got to figure out your secret formula, your secret system, your blueprint, your roadmap, and that's how you get back to success. So the World Bank is an international financial institution aimed towards helping developing countries reduce poverty and jumpstart their economy. The World Bank gave $15 million to Syria to jumpstart its economy, its country. And we both know that all went to pot, all right? Under the previous regime in Syria, less than 15% of the funds went towards the country. Timothy, you're higher. Out of the $15 million that the World Bank loaned to Syria, only 15% made its way down to the citizens. Human nature intrigues the hell out of me. Human nature intrigues the hell out of me. The 85% of the money that did not make its way throughout the country of Syria, did not make its way through the country of Syria, basically that money was siphoned off. But let me tell you how people are short-sighted. If the $15 million was actually used the way that it was supposed to be used, tell me what you think would have happened to the country of Syria. What could have Syria avoided if that $15 million was actually used correctly? Because if the money was used correctly, that $15 million would have had an ROI beyond what was stolen from that 85%. So tell me what you think. If that $15 million that was loaned to Syria from the World Bank was used for reconstruction, how would have Syria would have looked different today? How do you think Syria would have looked today if that money was used properly? And it would have had a multiplier effect. Tell me how Syria would have looked. And war is not the answer. Come on now. If that money was used properly to stimulate economic booms within Syria, because reconstruction is actually an economic boom, tell me what you think that would have done for the country of Syria. And how do you think it would have looked differently today? 15 million. 15 million, how long ago was it loaned? 15 million was loaned from the World Bank to Syria. They would be rich. Economic booms. Their citizens, the country would have improved. Exactly. Their citizens would have been living a completely different lifestyle. Handout or bribery, the government would be able to have Western access. It would have boosted the economy. They would have set themselves up for a very stable, strong economy. And they would have had global ties and global reach to ride the economic booms. Do you know how many economic booms the country of Syria has missed? If you go back in the history of Syria, they have missed so many economic booms, positive repositioning. Exactly. This is how when countries receive money, loans, grants, and this money is not used in a certain way, you miss out on earning more money. It's not too late. Correct. It's not too late. But there's something called the multiplier effect. When $1 is spent, 15 million is not that much money. Keith, it is for Syria.
47 years ago.
47. Okay, the $15 million loan was given about 50 years ago. Okay, you guys are thinking about 15 million right now when you know, and I know you barely have $15 in your bank account. So don't tell me 15 million is not a lot of money. That $15 million was loaned to Syria 47 years ago. 15 million 47 years ago is worth how much today?
80 million.
Hold on. 15 million 47 years ago is worth how much today? Take a guess. How much do you think 15 million from the past would be worth today? Take a guess. Go ahead. 15 million 47 years ago, about 50 years ago. That's about 2.5 generations. How much do you think 15 million from 47 years ago, if it was sitting in a bank account, it would be worth a lot of money? So when I tell you, you got to have perspective, you got to have perspective. It would have been worth a lot of money, about 80. So Syria missed out on so much money and opportunity and riding economic booms. If it was me, I would be slapping myself up against the back of my head and I would be kicking myself in the ass, because you have just witnessed money just fall through the fingers of a country, all because 85% of 15 million was siphoned off and redirected to the personal bank accounts of a few individuals. When you understand the multiplier effect, the butterfly effect, and how spending $1 of a currency can actually boost the economy, that's why I talk about this. It just takes $1 to create multiple dollars, because there's a ripple effect. So when the World Bank loaned 15 million to Syria 47 years ago, they had an expectation that that money, which individuals, look it up, they had an expectation that this money was going to create a tsunami effect of prosperity. And it did not happen. It did not happen. Please tap that screen. All right. Now, and who took the money? It was the previous regime. I just want to be clear. 15% of the funds went towards the country until Syria, and Syria basically no more funds were given. So Syria has not been receiving money on the good side for a long period of time. Okay. Now there is a new interim leader. And this new interim leader is pushing towards economic and political reform. Okay, this new leader, to be fair, they would have spent it. You can't quite compare today's value. What are you talking about, Tim? You and I both know everybody from Warren Buffett to Ray Dalio and whoever else you idolize basically tells you $1 from the past would be worth this much in the future. What are you talking about? Hold on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Come on now, dude. Come on now. Make it make sense. You and I both know they tell you if you invested $1 a year, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, what it would be worth today. Now, you know damn well that's what the hell Warren Buffett says to you. Does he not? So you're trying to tell me it's not a fair comparison. No, you need to keep up. Otherwise, I'm going to come for you. Okay? They would have not spent any of it for 47 years. What are you? Tim, you're muted, Tim. Thank you, Tim, but you're muted. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Bridget. You're muted. All right. You're completely muted. All right. The new interim president is calling for a lifting of Western sanctions for development. I'm telling you, Syria is making moves and is able to make moves because you have countries like Qatar and Saudi Arabia helping it. Now, does anyone know, besides AI, why this is important to Saudi Arabia? Why is Saudi Arabia, when they're having a current budget deficit? Come on, guys, tap. I should be at 30,000 right now. Come on now. You and I know, you and I both know. I am very titillating, stimulating, and provocative. Please tap that screen. I want 50,000 today. I want 50,000 today. Give me love, people. Come on. Why do you think Saudi Arabia is spending this money? Now, 15 million is not a lot. Okay. Qatar and Saudi Arabia probably went 50-50. Why do you think Saudi Arabia has made this move? Come on now. That's a real question. What's in it for Saudi Arabia? What are they trying to achieve? What are they doing? Why have they made this move? Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. Okay? Why? Now, if you're thinking, you need to think about the history of Saudi Arabia. Think about future gains. Yes. Think about the history of Saudi Arabia. What put Saudi Arabia on the map? What has put, because of its proximity? Yes, James. What else? Why? How did Saudi Arabia secure the wealth, the prosperity, and this oil? Yes. Now, what about oil? Okay. Saudi Arabia has a lot of oil. But why are they looking in other pastures if they have oil? If they have oil, why is Saudi Arabia looking in other pastures? Minerals to get resources from Syria. They look at renewable energy. Why is Saudi Arabia moving towards renewable energy? We're at an oil peak. Thank you, Hustan. Thank you. Why am I emphasizing this to you guys? Because just because Saudi Arabia has made trillions, oil won't be so important. Thank you, Lamaris. Thank you. People don't know about oil peak. I'm trying, Huston Cam TV. I am trying. You see, guys, I talked to you about money flow for a reason. Money does not disappear. Money moves. Are we in agreement? Tap that screen if you agree with me. Money does not disappear. Money moves. Are you with me? Let me know. Just like money moved Money's moving from China, money's moving from the US, money's moving from Japan, money moved from the Middle East. Money does not disappear. Money moves. When trade routes dry up, when a trade route dries up, what happens? Tell me what happens, people. When a trade route that was lucrative, that was prosperous, dries up, what happens when a trade route dries up? What happens to countries that are near on a trade route that dries up? What happens? What happens to countries? New ones open up, yes, but what happens to countries? New routes are developed, yes, but what happens to the countries that are on a trade route that dries up? New players in the game. I'm telling you this because you are accustomed to money flowing in a certain direction, all because of your age, because of how long you've been on this earth. They become poor. Thank you, sex. Thank you, spicy love. Okay. Thank you. It's economic disaster. Countries get comfortable and they forget that money moves. Even the Roman Empire, Genghis Khan, the Ottoman Empire, they all seem to forget when they get to a certain level that money is always moving, players are always shifting, and times are changing. So Saudi Arabia understands what is happening. Saudi Arabia sees the past, it sees the present, and it sees the future. Railroads is an example. Exactly, James. It sees the future. When you want to have generational prosperity and you want to have generational wealth, you must understand this critical factor. Times change, technology changes, alliances change, and that causes money flow to change. Saudi Arabia understands that the appeal for oil is losing its sheen. It also understands where we're going. We are going towards digital technologies. What are some of those technologies we're going towards? What are some of the technologies that we're moving, that we're using and we're moving towards? Come on now. Where are we headed? Where's the world headed right now? It's a very AI. Saudi Arabia knows that AI is a game changer. And because it's a game changer, you want to maximize the profits. Bitcoin, yes, you want to milk and maximize the profits because that's how you get a return on your investment. If using fossil fuels is too expensive, that defeats the purpose of all the research and development, all the sacrifice, and all the money that's been spent on AI. Companies invest, they create to make money. So Saudi Arabia is positioning itself to ride this next boom. And this next boom is AI renewable energy. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. You think the next logical step for Saudi Arabia would be to go from fossil fuels to go to EVs. No, EV boom is over. Saudi Arabia, I'm talking to you. The EV boom is over. Renewable energy for AI is where the money's at. Guys, just because a logical transition for Saudi Arabia would be oil to EVs. Nah. You don't have to follow a linear progression. When an economic boom is over, you don't hop on a dying economic boom. You want an economic boom that is ramping up because that is how you maximize profits, revenue. AI and quantum computers, yes. So what am I saying? I'm saying Saudi Arabia, if you want the type of money that you saw with oil and fossil fuels, when Aramco was set up with foreign investment. Americans came over and they helped them set up and made Saudi Arabia rich. I'm telling you, the money is not with EVs. Skip over EVs and go into renewable energy that will support digital technologies. And because you happen to be in a region next to Syria, which has cheap labor, it has land that's perfect for reconstruction, that's more of an economic boom. That's money, that's money, that's money, that's money, and that's money. Do you understand? Hydrogen fuel, multi-fuel ice. That's where it is. This is how you follow money flow. Sometimes money flow is not linear. It is dynamic. And you are allowed to skip the next logical step that people should keep you on. Sometimes people, investors, institutions will set you up for an economic financial stunting. If you go into a boom that's already plateaued, that has diminishing returns, you are going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind. Let me know if you're with me. I know. I know this is a lot. Okay. I told you I have a really different way of thinking about things. You don't have to go from A, B, C, D. You can go from A to D, D to Z if that money is there. This is the art of following money flow. You have to stop following the line and you have to become dynamic and fluid. Thank you for the gift. We are at a time where money moves like air. You don't have to work hard to earn money. Buy low, sell high. Jen, no. Jen, no, 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 no. Wrong day, Jen. Wrong live stream, wrong day, Jen. Okay, please tap that screen, guys, because I am getting ready to wrap up this section of my live stream, and I'm going to be over to the next. I want you to understand, you don't have to follow a straight line. Water does not follow a straight line. Water goes in the path of least resistance. So when you understand history and you can connect history with what is happening now, you actually have a higher level and a deeper, greater understanding on money flow, and you actually can understand how to attract money flow. Let me give you another example. All right. Syria was home to various rich civilizations for thousands of years, since 3000 BCE. It had the Sumerians, it had the Romans, the Byzantine, Persians, Greeks, Akkadians, Arabs, and Ottoman. Those are rich, powerful groups of people that have populated Syria for thousands of years. They were able to amass riches and power because they were doing something right. Now, this is my last question for you guys before I go over to the next section of my live stream. What caused the downfall, or who caused the downfall of Syria? Does anyone know? What caused Syria to get off its track of prosperity and have you witness almost 80 to 100 years of chaos and destruction? What caused it? Who caused it? How did it happen? Come on now. Come on now. What happened? Some of you are cheating. Some of you are going to look it up. It's leaders and greed? Nope. Come on now. Who knows? World War I greed? Nope. Who? Okay, I'll give you a clue. World War I. War government? What country? War? What country though? What country did this? Colonization. Oh man, yes. Which country? The Jew? No. The West? Nope. Which one? It was France. It was France. France came in. France. Let me know if you hear me. Tap that screen. France. France came in and turned the country on its head. Did you hear me? Tap that screen if you heard me. If you go back in history and you go back and see what happened. Yes, James. Yes, James. Yes, James. That is correct. Okay. Why am I telling you this? Syria had been operating with stability, with peace, with harmony for thousands of years. Even though they switched, the empire switched, they were minting money. They had access to health. They had access to education. They were thriving. They got conquered by France. And that sent them into a doozy for 80 years plus. There has been fighting. There has been disruption. There has been destruction. There has been poverty. There has been loss. What does that mean? That means that basically Syria is sitting on land that has minerals and resources that are untapped. Untapped. You see, when you have a bunch of foolishness happening on a region, that means it's real resources. It's just sitting there. It's a gold mine. So bringing stability to Syria, paying off its loan to the World Bank. Can you see the modern day riches that are right there in Syria? Now, guys, if you don't know, I have 2 live streams a day. This is my first live stream. I'll be live streaming again, in which I will be highlighting some other points that I did not get to. So if you would like to continue this conversation journey with me, I will be live streaming on my next platform, probably within 20 minutes, probably within 25 minutes, and I will be continuing my Syria conversation, talking about some other points. But for everyone else, listen, this is the portion of my live stream in which I talk to you about working less and earning more by being able to earn real cash in an industry that is lucrative with automated streams of income. I want to repeat, if you've never been here, this is the portion of my live stream where I'm transitioning. It's on TikTok, Keith. My other account is Live, Love, Earn. I want to repeat, my other TikTok profile is Live, Love, Earn. I do 2 hours of streaming on TikTok on 2 different accounts. Live, Love, Earn. All right. This is the portion of my live stream where I tell you how you work less, you earn more using automations, automated streams of income. The same thing is happening with Haiti right now. U.S. destroying the country, so still. New World, thank you. It happens a lot of places, but we have to understand what brings success. Now, I'm transitioning, guys. Those of you who want to stay, please stay. Those of you who want access to my replays or want to learn how to earn more, work less, all you have to do is go to my profile. My website's there. Now, are we ready to talk about this money? Are we ready to talk about how you can earn a 6-figure income and pay your bills off of a 2-hour workday? If you are interested in this, tap that screen. I said it. 2-hour workdays, pay your bill. How do you get to a 6-figure income with automated passive income? Tap that screen. Let me know if you're still here or if I'm talking to myself. Hi, Daddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What am I talking to you about? I am talking to you about a digital technology. I am talking to you about a digital platform. I am talking to you about the e-learning industry. The e-learning industry is a part of the digital economic boom. It is a part of the digital wave. E-learning is online learning. Now, why is e-learning important? Because e-learning is the future. It's right now. It is a lucrative, value-adding product in which universities, companies, and individuals are making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of e-learning. Now, what does that mean? If you go to any great university, tap, 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 you got to listen and tap. You got to listen and tap. Listen and tap. All right? You cannot be stingy with me because I'm bringing you the details. I'm giving you the tea. Don't be stingy with me. Tap that screen. E-learning is being offered by most reputable universities, including Ivy League universities. Why is e-learning being offered? Because e-learning is convenient, it adds high value, and it has a high profit margin, which means it doesn't cost a lot of money. I want you to understand that. Some of you are promoting products in which you earn $5, $15. Some of you are drop shipping and sending out t-shirts and mugs, and you're not earning that much money. I want you to imagine having one customer. That one customer pays you $600 for a high value digital product. If you had one customer a week, that would be $2,400 of extra income in your bank account. And for some of you, $2,400 would probably pay your bills. Some of you, you want more. Why am I telling you this? If you're working hard and you're trading time for money, you are doing this wrong. You happen to be blessed to be alive at a time where you have cell phones, you have AI, you have automations, you have quantum computing, you even have self-driving cars and humanoid robots. That is a blessing. Now, the only way you can tap into this monetary blessing is if you know how. I'm going to tell you. There is an done for you online business, which means it's already built and ready for you to plug and play. Plug and play means you get your domain name, you plug your domain into this automated system, and you have an online business set up within 24 to 72 hours. Now, next, you're saying online business. What am I offering? You're offering high value digital products. You're not offering digital calendars, planners, recipe menus. No. That's chump change. I want you to imagine having one customer and you earn all the money, $600 for one customer. So if you had one $600 customer every single day in the month of April, that's $18,000. So instead of having 10 customers, 15 customers, 100 customers, you don't need the same quantity of customers, because now you have a high value, in high demand digital product that earns you money. I am talking about digital skills in the e-learning industry. This is a lucrative industry that will allow you to pay your bills off of a 2-hour work day. Now, passive income. You typically think passive income is instant money. No, passive income, if you do it the right way, is easy money, easy legal money. Why? Because you have automated streams of income that's tied to your automated business. Now, what are streams of income? Streams of income are like you working 2-3 jobs. You have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. That is 4 streams of income. Now, imagine having 3 streams, 4 streams of automated income that earns you 100% of the money directly in your bank account off of a 2-hour workday, and you work for yourself. That is what digital technologies do for you. So do you have to fail your way to success? No. Do you have to do trial and error and guess your way to a 6-figure income? No. Because guess what? When you have a done for you automated business, which means it's already built, and you have a roadmap, a blueprint to your 6-figure success, all you have to do is follow the directions, follow the roadmap, and you will walk your way into a 6-figure income. This is learn to earn skills. Now, some of you don't know me. You've never been to my profile. All you know is that I am a very bossy, demanding woman who's talking about money. I talk about money because I believe in money. I also talk about money because I don't believe in breaking my back, working myself to the bone, and a life that I don't love, and in a job that pays me pennies and peanuts. I have a 2-hour workday because I have an automated system that works for me. Automated system means it's working 24/7. So instead of you working 18 hours a day, imagine if you had an automated business that works 24/7 for you. It handles your customers, it handles emailing, it handles 90% of the work. That is why Amazon uses automations and robots. That's why Elon Musk is bringing automations and robots into his factories, because automations means money. It means profit. It means ease. It means efficiency. And what does it mean for you? It means you have more free time and more money. Are you with me? That's how you pay your bills off of a 2-hour workday. You have an automated online business that offers high value digital products that are in demand, and you earn 100% of the money. There's no DMing. There's no multi-level marketing. There's no affiliate marketing. There's no network marketing. All you need is one customer. Some of you don't even make $600 in a week. So imagine having a done-for-you business with a roadmap that teaches you, walks you to 6-figure income. Go to my profile. On my profile, there's my website. There's also my stories. If you have not watched my TikTok stories, you must do so. I have shown you a woman who's earned her annual salary in 1 month. There is a woman, if that story hasn't disappeared, there's a woman who used to earn $53,000 in 1 year. She earned her annual income in 1 month. There's another woman who earned 2 million in South African rand in 7 months. What does that mean? That means she earned 6-figure income in 7 months. How? Because she has a done-for-you automated business with automated streams of income, offering a high-value digital product in an industry that is booming. How much it costs done for you? How much it costs? Look, it's a one-time low investment of 100, 300, or 600. I'm going to repeat. Keith, Big Daddy, if you hear me, it's a one-time low investment. You get an automated system and you get your roadmap blueprint to your 6-figure income success. 600, 300, or 100. Now, what's the difference? The difference between the three is this. How much do you want to learn and earn? And how many streams of income do you want? If you heard me, let me know. The difference between them is how many automated streams of income do you want? Which means how many high-value digital products do you want? And how much do you want to earn and learn? That is the difference. Very simple. Let me break it down further. When I say how much do you want to learn and earn, there's three, okay? There's a 100, there's a 300, there's a 600. The $600 one comes with an automated system. It has 3 streams of income. Those 3 streams of income will either earn you 100, 300, or 600. So what does it mean? If you got one customer who got the 600 from you, that means you would earn $600. Now, let's say you did the 300 only. You would need 2 customers with the 300 to earn 600. Let's say you did the 100. You would need 6 customers from the 100 to earn 600. Please let me know if that makes sense. So when I say how many streams of income, how much you want to earn, that is the difference. The e-learning industry is a $1.5 billion daily industry. I want you to hear what I said. $1.5 billion is being spent on e-learning every single day. $1.5 billion is being spent Monday through Sunday. By 2027, the e-learning industry is going to be a $3 billion daily. So by 2027, which is 2 years, people are going to be spending $3 billion every single day is projected on e-learning. You want to know where the money is? The money's here. There's no gatekeeper. There's no red tape. There's no license. There's no permit. There's no hoopla. There's no drama. There's no bullshit. This is no bullshit. This is no fluff. What you see is what you get. So depending on how much you need to take the pressure off of you and what type of life you want to live, that determines what you do. Is there a payment plan? There's a payment plan available for people who are based in the US, but you can afford to do this. If you don't know anything about automated streams of income, if you have been continuously failing, everything you do, it does not take off. I'm telling you, swipe that BS, swipe it to the side. Swipe it to the side. You don't have to do it alone. Hi, people from Jamaica is doing this. You don't have to do it alone. There is a roadmap to your success. You don't have to guess. You can avoid the normal obstacles and hurdles that entrepreneurs normally face. Entrepreneurs normally face a certain amount of BS, stress, financial stress, mental and emotional stress. You can skip over all of that because the system, the business is already built and it's proven to work. The roadmap to the success is already proven to work. Go to my stories. Watch my stories. You see my lifestyle. You also hear about other people. It's real. One person made $900 before noon. One person made $600 grocery shopping. So that's what automated streams of income get you. Automated streams of income get you earning money when you're doing the things that you love to do off of a 2-hour workday. You will be taught how to have a 2-hour workday. You will be taught how to attract your customers. And this is a business model that requires no monthly spending from you. I'm going to repeat. This is a business model that requires no monthly spending from you. There's no inventory, there's no drop shipping, there's no cold calling, there's no emailing, there's no DMing, there's no phone calls, there's no video calls. It's none of that. That's what you get when you have an automated business with automated streams of income. It's on autopilot. It takes 2 to 3 hours of your time every single day to keep your machine running, and that's how you walk your way to 6-figure, 7-figure success. All you got to do, go to my profile, my website's there. I'm telling you guys, this is work less, earn more. Work less, earn more. If you understand what I said, because I'm getting off, tap that screen and type work less, earn more. Type pay my bills with a 2-hour workday. Pay my bills with a 2-hour workday, because you can now pay your bills off of a 2-hour workday and still have funny money. Still have play money. So then when you have that funny money, you have that play money, you want to go play in the stock market, you can do that. You want to travel the world, you can do that. But you got to have the money. And when you get your bills paid, you get all your bills paid in one day. The rest of the money is gravy. One man may earn $5,000 by Wednesday. Your bills are paid. So this is the purpose of having new skills, new information, and aligning with an economic boom. $1.5 to $3 billion every single day. That's where this industry is headed. It uses AI, it uses automations, it's online, and it's high value. Because anyone who understands knowledge is money. Work less, pay more. Knowledge is money. You are helping people get educated to earn money. You are helping yourself get the knowledge, get the game, get the skills to get this digital money. You can turn off your phone and your online business will still be working for you. You can be sick for 2 days. And if you set it up right, your online business is still bringing you money. You could be arguing with your girlfriend and your phone could still be going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. So if you've never earned $900 in a day, never earned $600 in a day, never earned $300 or $100 in a day, $1,500 in a day, I'm telling you to check it out. Go to Harvard University's website. Go to Berkeley's website. They all have e-learning program. Go to Stanford. Go to their websites. They all have e-learning programs. E-learning is education. This is not a calendar. This is not a t-shirt. This is not a meal planner. This is real deal, high value, high demand, and it's waiting for you in your bank account. Catch you on the money side. My website is on my profile. Watch my stories. Go to my website. I'll see you. Watch my stories. I dare you to watch my stories. You'll see. My name is Tara. I am a digital nomad. Thank you for following me. Thank you for enduring me. Thank you for honoring me. I respect y'all. I want the best for all of you, and I truly hope I've added value and you will come back and watch me again. But you must know I am a demanding woman, but I bring value, and I stand on that. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, and I truly hope that you, your family, and your loved ones are able to amass prosperity, hold on to that money, and you can pass this information on that I'm giving you for generational wealth and prosperity. And I mean that from the deepness of my spirit. I hope that for you, but you got to take action. I've done my part. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night. Goodbye.